I'd like to welcome everybody and call to order our meeting today, this Tuesday, September the 2nd, 2025. We'll begin with the invocation by our fire chief and followed by Councilman Breland. If you would lead us in the pledge. Please stand.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, Heavenly Father, we humbly come before you today. Before this meeting, we give thanks for this great community, these citizens that we're so honored to serve, Lord. Lord, before we start this meeting, we ask for wisdom and guidance for our community leaders, Lord. Give them the wisdom, knowledge to make all the decisions, Lord. But most of all, let's see your will be done here tonight, Lord. Lord, we pray for this community. We pray for an uplifting. We pray for a community centered around you, Lord. Lord, we just ask of our prayers through you, and we ask for forgiveness where we fail you. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Mayor updates. I have a few things that I would like to speak to today. Two things that have been heavy on my heart lately is we've lost two really great and wonderful people of our community and our county. Charlie Fazan, former police chief for Poplarville. Also, Charlie Fazan was over security for Highland Hospital, and he's a nephew of the city manager, Mr. Harvey Miller. We want to remember him and his family in our prayers. He was just a light for the community, just a great person, loved by everybody. There's another individual from our Mayor Youth Council that graduated in 2025, and her name was Jade Lamb. When Jade walked into a room, she would light up the whole room. She had a beautiful smile. She served on our Mayor Youth Council. She was very instrumental in moving it forward this past year. She died suddenly, just like Charlie did in the last few days. So I want to keep her in our prayers too. I had something that I kind of wanted to say, so be patient with me. When you lose two people like that, I know today, beyond any doubt, both are in the arms of Jesus. And it brings back a thought. Both of them were just light up the room if they came into the room, and loved by everybody. And when I think about light, I think about, have you ever noticed sometimes that when the sun goes down below the horizon, there's a beautiful afterglow that just seems to linger forever and ever. Just doesn't seem like it's ever going to go away. And I believe that people are like that too. I believe these two individuals, the afterglow that they will leave in this community, in this county, and this state is something as a tribute to their love for their family, their love for God, love for their friends, just a complete tribute to their love of their community. Jade loved the Mayor Youth Council. She loved everybody in it, and like I say, she just graduated, I believe in May, if I'm not correct. And if anybody would like to donate, they've set up an account at Hancock Whitney branch. If they would like to donate to Jade Lamb Memorial Fund. Also, each year I give a scholarship for the Mayor's Youth Council. From this day forward, I would like Ms. Albritton, for that not to be the Mayor Jim Luke Scholarship. I would like to do it in tribute of Jade Lamb, who was in our Mayor Youth Council, that passed away at such an early age. God only takes the best. And Charlie and her were definitely the best. So I wanted to say that, and there's something else that I want to mention. I was not here for the last council meeting. I was out of state. But I did have an opportunity last night to watch the YouTube live feed of that meeting. And I really want to commend you, Mr. Breland. First of all, you were the mayor pro tem, took my place, and you did, I'm scared to come back because I thought they might have replaced me. You know, you did such a good job, you know, and I thank you for that, you know. You really did, and then there, some other people that I want to thank too is, Mr. Miller. You're our city manager. You've been a city manager for many years now, and I hope you'll be here for many more years. And the council has showed their faith in you and your leadership and your management. And I want to say something about one of your employees, or maybe a few of your employees. You got Sid Albritton there, and he bought the audit report, but we've been waiting on, seems like forever, but it came. And I applaud you, Mr. Breland, because you asked if it was a good report. I believe you asked on a scale from 1 to 10, as I viewed the video last night, what did the auditor think about the audit? And I believe it was an 8 or a 9. It was his comment back to you. And then I further listened where it was in the top 10% in the state of Mississippi of all the cities, I guess, that they partake in audit. I think that's a good thing. I want to give a little background of Mr. Albritton, Sid. Sid came to work here several years ago under this administration, and he was working for the Department of Revenue, I believe, in Jackson, and had a degree in accounting, and wanted to come to work here. He actually didn't sign on to be the city clerk, but once we got him here, we saw his background with the Department of Revenue. He had worked in the legislature for a couple of terms, I believe, and with all his experience, we really wanted him for more economic development. But there was an opening for a deputy clerk and then later a city clerk, and I don't know how he got wrestled into that, but you took it. It's a tough job. You've had a tough 3 years trying to make sure that the I's were dotted, T's were crossed, and that we did everything we were supposed to do to be fiscally responsible to the taxpayers we serve. And I want to commend you, and you work for this guy here. I want to commend you both. I want your financial team that works with you, for you. Anybody that had a part in this audit, I just, on behalf of myself and the council, I want to thank you tonight for that. I know it sometimes can be tough. Being city manager can be a tough job at times, you know. The mayor's not too bad, you know. I'm hugging necks, kissing babies, and cutting ribbons, so not too heavy on me, but y'all have a tough job. I commend you for that. And talking about economic development, you know, that which is what you were really geared in the beginning for, he's still engaged, and I checked it out. He's bought millions and millions of dollars to this community for economic development. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not gonna leave you out, Lisa, because the other half is one making him probably look good, but she's bought in approximately $2 million since she's assumed the position that she had. Thank you. This community, this is great. That's how, ma'am? Oh, yeah, it's time for a clap, yeah. But I'm gonna do better than that. I'm gonna yield to the city manager, the rest of my time under the mayor updates, and I'll be quiet. But, and then anybody else that would like to speak can. Mr. Miller?
Well, I would ditto most everything you've already said. Sid come in, there was a lot of controversy over the 2023 audit. Everybody was, chiming in and how terrible it was gonna be when actually we're in the top 10% of the state of Mississippi. And you heard the auditor's comments that night. We all heard that and how great, that was really great. So I'd just like to commend you, but I'd also like to commend Taylor, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. They did a lot of the legwork for you, Sid, as you give them credit for. So it was a team effort, and we're proud of your team that come through. And I'm really looking forward to the 2024 audit. It's gonna be coming up, I guess, another 4 or 5 months. I don't know. I don't want to say a time frame, but it's coming up. And I think we're gonna even be better and more pleased than what we were with this one. So thank each of you in your department for that. We're very blessed.
Anybody else would like to speak before we move on?
Well, I like to tell them that behind a good man is a good woman. So, so I know that he been going home many nights restless and couldn't sleep. And Lisa was there to help him along the way. So you have a good person behind you. And Harvey, thank you, because you was gonna leave us and we had to get on our knees and beg.
No, thank you. That's kind.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much, everybody.
Okay, anybody else?
Yes, since I was, just keeping up, and I know these figures are not exact, but I think like since, Lisa and Sid, you've been here, I think his last total was like about $12.1 million that you all have brought in the frontage road and the projects Lisa did, and that $12.1 million will help boost the economy of the city. And when you have somebody doing that and making that kind of progress as far as economic development is, and we know how important finances are, but then, you all have been the brainchild behind this, but, you have to have a good team with you, because in the word team, it's not an I. And you take people like Taylor and Stephanie and Amy and Shay, it's just a blessing. And then also too, Ms. Miller, under your leadership is a blessing too. Even though hopefully you will wear that football cap. But it's a blessing that we have those kind of people on the team, for the city of Picayune. And so see now, you all have made us spoil, so now you're gonna have to do just a little bit better. Thank you.
Is it a Jackson State hat?
Anybody
Is it
else?
a Jackson State hat?
Yeah, I'll piggyback off of that. Coming and being the new guy, coming hearing a lot of different things, you just don't know what to expect. And hearing that report was very, didn't know quite what I was getting in with that aspect of it, but hearing that report, it was very, calming in a way. So to you, Miss Stephanie, Miss Taylor, congratulations, good job. And hopefully they stay just on that track.
Okay, well, thank you. Ready? Move on. Next on the agenda is our consent agenda. Well, city manager report, you don't have
None
anything.
tonight, no, sir.
Okay, consent agenda, a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Do I have a motion to approve the docket?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion?
Yes, I had, let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, Sid, on page 4 of the docket, the pay amount for the BNC Small Engine Machinery and Equipment. Is that from maybe January to now, or what?
No, I believe that's when we bought the two mowers, it was about $13,000 each. I don't have it in front of me, but yeah, that's a round number, it's 26,000, and I think that's where we purchased the two mowers for public works, and they were $13,000 each.
Okay, and seems like I had another one. Let's see. Yes, on page 13. On page 13, the Picayune Municipal Airport runway rehabilitation, that amount, is that the money that Mr. Wilson receives for, is that grant money, or is that?
No, well, we will get grant money ultimately for that. That's where we're doing the paving out at the airport.
Right.
But that's a reimbursement grant. We'll pay it, but they will pay us back. We're getting about 95% of that money back ultimately. And that's just
95% of it
one
back?
payments, yes, ma'am, toward the project. It's still got a long way, but that's just one of the payments where they've been working on that roadway project.
Okay, thank you, and let me see, seems like there was another one. Okay, and on page 19, the lease on Snyder and Ben Taylor, is that paid twice a year or once a year for, or is that an annual? Is that annual, one time? Okay. All right, I believe you've answered my questions on the docket, thank you.
Okay, is there any other questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, motion passes. New business, city manager?
Yes, sir. Item number one, consider approving request from the Pretty Powerful and Pink Foundation to host a breast cancer awareness walk on Saturday, October the 18th, 2025, beginning at Jack Reed Park, down Goodyear Boulevard, and conclude back to Jack Reed Park. Action requested is approved request as submitted.
Do I have a motion to approve this request?
Motion.
Okay. Ms. Lynn, Councilwoman Bumpers, makes the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And we have a second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Grant administration.
Can I introduce somebody real quick?
Yeah.
This fellow right here is our new mayor of the Mayor's Youth Council.
Oh,
Come on.
This is Jaden Wagner. We're excited. This is the first male mayor for the Mayor's Youth Council.
yeah,
So he's watching y'all today to see what he needs to do at their meetings.
Well, is it-
congratulations.
Well, congratulations. Is he a senior or? Yeah.
I'm a senior at Picayune. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm already getting nervous, you know. That they might want somebody a little younger next round, so you know. Hey, congratulations, though. Proud of you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Anybody else have anything?
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Take a picture. Take a picture of him.
He's gonna be a good one, Lisa.
I think
I
so.
can tell.
I think so. He is not afraid to speak.
Yes.
Okay, so number one, consider request to approve the rental pricing structure for the Oaks at Crosby Commons, including the optional use of the Magnolia Street side of Crosby Commons as an addendum to the city's existing park rental fees. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, can I get a motion?
So
Oh.
moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens, seconded by Councilman Hickman. Discussion.
What is the halfback?
So the Magnolia Street side of it, from the center point, you know, that line that comes across from Goodyear to Sixth?
Yes.
That line, it'll be that portion on the Magnolia Street side, which is the Oak side.
Okay.
Okay,
I have a question.
I'm sorry.
Just like with Crosby Commons, we have rules, are they basically the same with the Oaks? I mean, are they all basically, are they combined, like, would the Oaks be separate from the Commons
you
as far as
can.
rules of regulations?
Oh,
or-
no. So pretty much all of the parks have the same rules. Things like staples and confetti and things like that are usually not allowed. I mean, I'm sure that there's maybe some instances I don't know of, but Taylor actually does the park rentals. But everything should be just about the same. You know, things that you can and cannot do there is gonna be the same as Crosby Commons, same thing with Jack Reed Park, same thing with Leola Jordan, all of that.
So if someone wants to rent it, do they call you or they call Taylor? Call Taylor, okay.
Okay.
'Cause- okay.
I'm just helping.
The citizens, I'm sure, would like to know that you would get in touch with, they would get in touch with Taylor.
With Taylor.
Okay.
Okay, any other discussion?
It's my understanding there's already people interested in this.
Correct.
That's awesome. I'm good.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second, we've had discussion, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, next item.
Consider request to adopt the Americans with Disabilities Act ADA policy, limited English proficiency LEP plan, and ADA self-evaluation and transition plan for the city of Picayune. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Discussion.
I do. Well, it's in the docket, ADA self-evaluation and transition plan. Explain to me what the transition, I don't, go a little, okay, then what about limited English proficiency, the LEP plan? Do we have somebody that we're going to be using or the help of the,
Things like that, interpreters. So we can go to them and get that information and make sure that we're covered. That's something by federal law we're supposed to do.
Favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes, and thank you. Planning and zoning. Hello, Ms. Barber.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening.
Honorable Mayor, City Council, and City Manager. Planning and zoning is asking that you consider a request to approve an ordinance amending section 58-3A to the City of Picayune Code of Ordinances relative to the sale, use, and/or fire of fireworks inside the corporate limits. Our action is that you approve the request as submitted and authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents. The enforcement of this ordinance will be done by the fire department, and if you got any questions, you need to ask the fire chief.
Good one, Barbara, yeah. Well, let me get my motions, and if there's discussion, we'll come at you. All right, do I have a motion to? Okay, Councilman Breland makes the motion to approve. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion.
Yes, Chief,
She said that question so easy, ask the chief.
Where you going?
Chief, what is the basic difference between
So-
the old one and this one? And then how is this one more advantageous than the other?
Yes, sir. So, I noticed, just looking at the new Senate bills and the laws that went into place, July 1st, through the legislator. I was reading through them and I actually just stumbled across this one, where it changed the dates of fireworks sales. I would assume, I was not knowledgeable on the previous House bill, which I would assume is what our ordinance was based on, which is that 58-3-A, was on the previous legislation. Essentially, the only thing it changes is the dates that they're able to sell. So our old ordinance stated that they were able to sell fireworks from June 15th to July 5th, and from December 5th to January 2nd. And this one, I believe, it says 23rd of May to July 12th, and then December 5th to January 9th. So, the dates around July 4th is all that changed essentially in the law. Just gave them another 2 weeks to sell prior to July 4th.
Yeah, okay.
And also, Miss Barbara actually sent this to, Nathan as well, so he reviewed everything to make sure everything was good, so. You wanna get up here and speak as well?
I'm good.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Any more questions of our fire chief? Okay. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Police Department,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
Item number one, consider request to allow Captain Gary Wilton to purchase a Glock Model 43X serial number CBAF 648 on accordance to Mississippi Code 45-9-131-1. Action requested or approved request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Turnage, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman, discussion.
Yes, can you explain that?
When law enforcement officers, as well as firefighters retire,
Okay.
we're allowed to purchase
I got it.
duty firearm for carry that we can take with us.
So he's retired yet, or is he in the,
He is retiring officially at the end of September.
okay.
Yeah, that's what kinda threw me out. Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item.
Consider request to approve out-of-state travel for Captain Teresa Mylar to Austin, Texas for ROC-IC conference on October 5th through 8th, 2025. Action requested, approved request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Turnage. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Any discussion?
What is the acronym for?
ROC-IC. It's, my mind's went totally
It's
blank.
okay.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna ask.
Regional
I was gonna ask that.
organized,
Yeah, Regional Organized Crime Information Center.
there you
Okay.
go.
They do provide a lot of training to law enforcement agencies. They do these conferences about once or twice a year, and they get you a lot of, it goes towards credit hours for what we have to have for training each year anyway, but it's an excellent resource. They have different things that we can do, mobile ROC-IC. I can access that from my cell phone. I can send in requests for Fusion Center information. It's a very
Okay.
useful source.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Next item.
Next item, consider request to approve out-of-state travel for Corporal Shane Cunningham to Thibodaux, Louisiana on August 15th, 2015 for certification with the DDA Association for the Department's Tracking K-9. Action requested, approved request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman, discussion?
He's already gone? Or it's
Yes,
a typo?
They're only do these things limited time at certain times of the year, and he had to go ahead and get this certification on this dog as soon as possible. So we now have a patrol canine, we have a tracking canine, and we actually have a bomb dog en route also, so.
All right, good.
Okay.
Have y'all used the bomb dog at any,
The bomb dog is not here yet. There is at the past, street fair, we did employ a private company, Vigilant Canine, for, use of bomb dogs. It's another resource that we have. There's, like 15 dogs in this town that are bomb dogs. The guy moved his business from Metairie down here. So he has like 15 bomb dogs. We have like 15 bomb dogs in this town at the moment.
Oh, okay.
oh,
But the one we're getting, we're not getting it through him. We're getting it through, something Chief Quave has located, out of, we're getting the dog, I think the dog, don't quote me on this, I think the dog's being donated by somebody. It's just the officer has to employ the training. So, like I said, I don't know 100% for the donation thing, so you'd have to kind of run that question by Chief Quave. But
so
it-
we do the training when the dog
The
gets here?
training, he has to be certified, he'll be certified through the same, organization. Once, actually, Sergeant Penton, Chris Penton is gonna be the one that he's gonna have the bomb dog. Corporal Cunningham, he has the bomb dog and the tracking dog, so.
Okay, very good.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Next item.
Item number 4, I'd like to start by removing item number G from this list. We will probably revisit that at a later time to add that to our inventory. But right now, we're gonna remove it from the to-be-sold list. Consider request to surplus and sell at auction the following seized firearms. A CVA 35 Wheeling rifle, serial number 06-005803. Item B, Ruger SR 40 handgun, serial number 344-01211. Item C, a Raven 25 handgun, serial 169980. Item D, Mosin Nagant M 1895 handgun, serial number 85132. Ruger 22 pistol, serial number 67-22199. Bryco 9mm handgun, serial number 1508762. Skip item G. Item H, Glock 19 9mm, serial number X-Ray Frank Robert 310, XFR 310. Item I, Smith & Wesson 38, serial number 9D56499. Item J, Cobra 380 handgun, serial number FS093526. Item K, Mossberg 22, serial number RA0023439. Action request is approved request as submitted.
Tell everybody how you go about purchasing these for those who maybe don't know, for those listening tonight.
We place those on the website, which is GovDeals. In order to purchase these firearms, you must have a federal firearms license. If somebody wishes to purchase one of these firearms, they can go through one of our local FFL persons here and bid on the weapon. And a lot of them, they'll just go give a limit to the FFL dealer and say, if it goes over that, don't worry about it. But a lot of times we've had several folks in the community that have bid on it through third parties and gotten it. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
yes, ma'am.
All right. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Airport. Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Evening.
How are you folks?
Good.
I think it was last month, I was here 3 years.
Congratulations.
And I've got to say, this has been the most pleasant council meeting I've been to yet. Now, you may argue with me, but you haven't argued with anyone else. And the way you have bragged on everybody, that is simply commendable, amazing, amazing. All right, airport. And I didn't say that because this refers to me. Consider request to approve T-Hangar lease agreement between the City of Picayune Municipal Airport and Cloud9 Aviation Incorporated. Action requested, approve request is submitted, authorize mayor, city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Councilman Hickman seconds that. Discussion.
Yes, I turned the form, is this standard you've looked at?
This is our standard lease.
Okay.
We get one of these T-hangers, these are the standard leases that we lease out to everybody.
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question. How many hangars do we have available right now if somebody wants to lease?
They're all full.
Did this made the last?
Right. I've got a gentleman that has already emailed me that, and I've called him, and he is leaving at the end of this month. But I've already got one in line to go right into that place.
Wow, that's great.
And I've got another gentleman that has told me for quite some time that he's moving out, moving to out west. Been here for years, but he is retiring, moving out, so that will give us another, but we keep them full.
Very good.
We actually do need more hangars once we can get runway and all the other, that takes priority, but we definitely could fill up another hangar.
So on the runway project, do we have a time frame on when that might be completed?
We're waiting on weather. For the actual overlaying, the mill work to put the asphalt, ground just been wet. And Devin can really explain that to all of the asphalt they require, feds require, et cetera. Now, as far as the electrical, they are very close with the electrical, which that is the new approach lights, PAPI lights we call them, runway lights, the edge lights. And they are installing the PAPIs as of today. They had a special work group come in to do that. So they'll be working a day or so on that. Everything else is, I'm told, it's all the wires have been in the conduit, been hooked up. All the wires in the new electrical vault has been hooked up. And right now they're hooking up the panel to feed the new electrical vault. And within a matter of days, they should be able to turn them all on and test everything, check, make sure it's good.
Okay.
So, but in reality, we're looking at, another probably couple of months at least, hoping that the rain will stop and it'll dries up.
Okay,
And,
thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, sir. Finance Administration.
Well, first of all, before I get started, I'd like to thank y'all for all the kind words. I mean, it means a lot, and I have a good crew that works with me, and we try to do our best, but I really appreciate all the, y'all's support and your encouragement. Number one, consider request to increase residential garbage collection fee pursuant to the 2022 Solid Waste Services Contract Action requested. Approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Stevens. Do we have a second?
I'll reluctantly second that.
I'm sorry.
She seconded it.
Reluctantly.
She seconded it, she seconded it.
Okay, I'm sorry, I messed up there. It's okay, I'm sorry, Anna.
That's okay.
We have a motion and we have a second. We have discussion.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody.
Huh? You always let ladies go first. I'm going first. Okay, no, I'm kidding. He always lets me go first. Okay, not happy that they're going up. I understand that we don't have an option because of consumer price index, correct?
Right, when we renewed our contract, they built in the consumer price index, and if it increases, they can come before us annually at this time of year and ask for an increase based on that. And that is, you know, that was better than the situation we had before, because, you know, with this, we understand the rationale, and it's not, you know, subjective, it's more objective, and we can plan for that. And it'll end up being 56 cents a month per customer, but I still think according to our last bids, when we did this contract, they were a lot less. This company, their bid was a lot less than the second lowest bidder. So it's still, I mean, I'm certain there are a lot of other places that are paying a lot more than we're paying. And honestly, you know, especially since we've gotten this, they've gone to the automated trash trucks. I mean, I personally have not seen near the complaints that we used to get, and we've gotten a lot of good service. So, I mean, it is built into the contract, and they have the right to request it. And I don't think they've asked every year, but I know that they have asked at least one other time. But and so I'm
I
kind of
thought they
obligated.
asked last year. Didn't they go up last year?
It was last year, or year before, but I'm not sure that they've done it every year. But
Okay.
of course, it's based on the consumer price
Right.
index as well. But again, they're still far less than the competitors that we would have had.
And how long is this contract good for?
I believe this was a 6-year. I'd have to look at it, because it's one of those that they have options that add
Yeah.
a year each time, so I would have to see to get an
Okay.
exact on it.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion?
Sid, so this basically is, if I'm understanding right, a carryover from 2022 when it was done, put in there for this increase, like she said, the consumer price index.
Yes, sir. It
So
was
this is
agreed
basically
upon
from
in that
2022.
2022 contract. Yes.
Okay, so then that means it's just gonna be 56 cent more per
Per
resident.
customer, per month. Yes, sir.
Okay, now, is this locked in, or do they have another increase at this anniversary date?
It's in the
next year?
contract that they can request it on the anniversary dates based on the consumer price index. Now, if the economy were to go down and the consumer price index were in the negative or go down, they can't request it. And again, I'm going off of memory. I don't think they've asked us every year since they renew, but
No,
I
right.
don't remember that for example. But again, like, they do have we did build that into the contract this
Right.
last time.
Right, but that's why I referred to 2022. But
Yes,
now,
sir.
like with this increase here, this would be good for the duration of the contract, or can they ask and we can say yea or nay, but, is it just built in?
It would be, yes, I mean, this price would be what it is until it's brought back before us again. At this time next year, they could request it if the consumer price index has gone up. If it has not, they cannot ask, and they're not obligated to ask if it does go up. That's obviously a business decision they make.
Are we obligated to accept?
Yes.
Per the contract? So if they go up and the consumer goes up,
Right,
we have to accept
right,
per the contract?
right.
Okay.
And again, like I said, based on the not the quotes, the bids we had before, best I can remember off the top of my head, they were still substantially lower and, you know, than the next lowest bidder when they got it. So we're probably still
Right, well,
cheaper than we would have had we not had the competitor. I'm sorry.
that's why I was saying, like, with 2022, I mean, I remember that with built in, like you said, from 2022.
Yes,
But like with now, with this one here, and then with this being built in, it was more or less like, you know, we would have to basically do it. But now, what happens now, like, if, it's a two-part question, like, if next year, the consumer price index, let's say, stays as it is or go up, then will it be mandatory that we accept an increase, or will it still be on
No,
this
they
percentage
could-
basis?
Right, no, they could not, if it were a flat consumer price index, they wouldn't have the option to request an increase for that year till the next anniversary year.
Okay, now what happens if the consumer price index goes down? It's still,
That I'd have to speak to. We haven't had that happen yet.
Right, I
But,
know.
I would like to get the attorney to look at the contract and see if we have the option to make it be reduced. Off the top of my head, because that has not happened since we've had this contract.
Right.
But that could be a possibility, but I have to get counsel to look at that and
yeah,
see.
that was just a hypothetical question.
No, I agree. Again,
I was gonna ask it.
so far it hasn't happened, but it is a good question because,
very good
you know, if they have that ability and we have that ability, that may be something we do, or we may want to exercise.
Okay, thank you.
I think we would ask for a motion to go into a public hearing, exit.
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage. Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay. So we're opened up, to the public hearing at this time on the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026.
And if you'll see the packets we've given you, it's pretty much what we had at our budget workshops, with the exception, you know, y'all voiced some ideas that y'all would like to, you know, add a few things. Obviously, I've discussed it, and our recommendation is to try to do relatively level funding across, especially with the general fund, and with and leave the millage rate the same. So we wouldn't go up on the millage rate at all, and so it would stay the same as we did last year. And if you'll remember, we actually, from last year, we reduced the millage rate by about $200,000, but bless you. So we would keep that reduction as well. That's my recommendation. Of course, y'all make that decision. We'll come to that afterwards to set the millage rate. But a couple of on the green sheets, you'll see the things that, some of the requests that were made by some of the department heads, bless you, over and above, you know, I mean, the relative level of funding of our inventory, and it's basically been there like that since I've been here, and actually before, I believe. But long story short, that's a recommendation I was making, and we were going to do the full-time police officer for patrol that the police department requested, and we were going to do the incentive pay that the police department requested, and we were going to do the incentive pay for the fire department, because they had requested that as well. And that's the three main things with the general fund, because like I said, you know, it looks like the general fund and sales taxes can be relatively flat, so that's why I was trying to stay with level funding as best we can on those, and we've moved, we should be able to take care of most of this from within the budgets and move, you know, see where there's some overages left over from the previous year, and just adjust it, and hopefully that should take care of these additional things. And then the other requests are from special funds, and that's the street sweeper. And then we've also had a request that would come from, in the dump truck, and, and also on the utility fund side, I'm requesting, I don't need an additional person, but I need to promote somebody from within on the utility clerk side to kind of help take some of the management, you know, stress off of my utility supervisor, and help, you know, and that would just be a little bit of a pay bump and a title change. It would not be an additional body. And the same way with Public Works. I had that nut total in there, but I think that discussing it with the city manager, maybe they need an additional assistant to help the Public Works director. And that would be a bump, and, I mean, an increase and a title change at 2, I believe, but ultimately that's one of the things they're requesting. And that's those, like I said, are outside of the general fund. And other than that, like I said, we're relatively level funding, especially on the general fund, and we'll budget the special funds for the different projects that we have out, and just maintain the same millage rate, not go up or down on our millage rate.
All right, I have a, can I, go ahead.
No,
You
you told
may-
me a while ago.
Go ahead. All right, the inventory clerk, that's a new position?
That is a new position.
Which one now?
And
The inventory
technically,
clerk?
the supervisor and utility fund, it's not filling an additional body, it's just, it's a new position, but it would just be mainly title and additional money for responsibilities. Same way with the assistant public works
So there's
director, for lack of
no
a
one
better word.
in-house that, I mean, I know you're supposed to have inventory just based off of, so who's been
Yeah.
doing that?
Need to do something to try to get a handle on it, and like I said, it's, looking back, I think it's been a problem for quite a long time. But it's, it's not a tremendous problem, but we need to go ahead and, address it and deal with it. And get it back, where, so that I can satisfy the auditors on that.
All right, I have a question about, I'm sorry, the Public Works. I mean, since I've been here, I don't remember that we've had a Assistant Public Works Director, have we?
Pardon, I didn't hear the question.
Is that an assistant? Is that what
Yes,
that is?
that's, it,
Yeah, based on the needs and amount of employees, and in this case, we feel like we won't have to have, an additional person to fill that position, that'll move up into this, but it's just some help. It's a lot of technical stuff that goes on over there right now, and again, that many employees, like fire department, they have an assistant chief, police department has an assistant chief, and we see it as as a need, and I know this goes back, and I'm not putting anybody on the spot, but it goes back several years that maybe we've thought about this, talked about it. Even back in your day as a city manager, it was discussed and talked about. The previous public works director talked about, and the present public works director's been talked about and discussed, so.
Is this is not a new position?
Yes,
Yeah.
It is a new position?
yes.
Like, it's not just a promotion, this is a whole nother,
Well, I don't know.
well, the money, the amount that we put in there was if it were a new position, but the city manager and I have talked, and of course, that'd be a decision that y'all and he would make, but it's very likely that it could be, potentially just be a salary increase and a title change and responsibility change. But still.
But then that person would have to be replaced.
Without a,
Maybe,
that would,
maybe not.
that's what
Okay,
the
I mean, I
decision has to
can,
be.
I
Just like with the utility clerk supervisor, I'm not increasing a body, I'm compensating someone for taking on additional responsibilities and taking some of that off of there
In
in
this
a title
case,
change.
And in talking to like I said, the previous, public works director and the present, we think we could do that within and keep the same job. That person, if it works out, whomever he or she may be, we'll announce it like we do everything else. We'll take, resumes and applications and so on and move it in that direction. But we see it as a good fit that under the circumstances, we can get a lot of relief from the, the public works director, and the assistant can do a lot of things just as well, so ever how that's gonna come out. But again, if we do it, say, in-house, that's what you were going at, then it will be a small increase for salary and not a person, because that person could still do, in this case, gas and water, streets and drainage, grounds, and so on and so forth. So it's just, it would be a little bit of a raise at that point in time.
Okay,
Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Lowe.
yes, sir. You need,
Yeah, that's right. Ernest, I forgot.
go ahead.
okay.
So see, from this green sheet, the figures that's on this green sheet, would that still keep level funding on the board?
Yes, sir, relatively, yeah, that we're having to move stuff within.
Right.
It wouldn't be exact lines on everyone, but
Right.
most of this, I believe we're gonna be able to fund by moving over budgeted fund lines within this year's budget, so, you know,
Right.
that's my hope, and that's what it looks like we're gonna be able to do.
Right.
We're not actually increasing but of course, I have some other things that I do have to increase.
Right.
Because the cost of those contracts have gone
Yeah,
up.
yeah, I
And
think
I'm having to deal with that, but, the goal is to be, yes, sir, relatively level, just
Yeah,
move
I-
it from other parts of the budget.
Yeah, I think this is great the way that you're.
On the general fund side, I'm sorry, yeah.
I think this is great the way that you're doing it, but then now will it still include no millage increase and that 3% raise for all?
Oh, yeah,
employees?
I'm sorry, I didn't even mention that, yes, sir. And
Okay, so-
we
so
are
that-
recommending
that-
a 3% across the board for the.
For everybody,
for
and
the
then no
employees,
increase in
yes.
millage, and
Right.
that would be in line with level funding on this green sheet?
Yes,
With-
sir.
With you being able to move it around?
That's our hope, and it looks like we'll be able to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Once we get the final numbers. And also, one thing, when you talk about that, I forgot to also mention that we got, for the first year that I've been here, and I think I might have mentioned this in the budget workshops, that our health insurance renewed without any increase. And if you'll remember, I think it was last year, year before, we actually moved our benefits up on our dental insurance for our employees from $1,000 a year to $1,500. So, and all that staying, we'll still keep all the same benefits and renew at the same rate that we're at this year.
But now that 3% raise, that would be for all the employees straight across the board, and even with that, it still keeps level funding. Basically, I mean, I know it's not
Yeah,
gonna be exact,
right,
but
right.
basically, since you're doing it this way.
Yes, sir. Like I said, obviously, salaries would go up, but we think that we can move enough within the budget that we
And
can.
because he like with that,
try to
and
be
then also, like you say, with that
level.
addition of benefits to the employees for the health insurance. Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah, I got it.
All right, last budget meeting, I asked to see the difference between the 2%, a 3%, and a 4% raise. Can I get that before? or
Yes,
We all get
yes,
that
it-
before?
Yes,
The next-
the 3 and the 4 are in here.
Yeah.
The 2%,
Just to-
she said that she had it in a packet, but I'll have to go back. She says there's a copy on my desk, but she thought that it was in the last packet, but I don't remember, like I said, seeing it, but.
Yeah, just to
But I can
compare.
get you that before we vote on the final budget.
It was just a 3 and 4, but I
That's
wanted
what I
to see the
thought,
2,
yeah.
3, and 4, just
Okay.
to see the
Yeah.
differences.
And I'll get you that before we actually vote
All right, thank
on
you.
on the budget. You're
But,
welcome.
but see, in your calculations, when you were doing this, to keep level funding and to keep the raises in line, this was based on the
3%.
minimum of 3%
Yes, sir.
for the employees.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay, does anybody up here have anything else? Counselor, since this is a public hearing, I think I should give a shout out to the audience. If anybody got, a comment about the upcoming budget, now would be the time to come forward and speak.
Yes, sir. Questions or comments at this time from the press?
Anybody from the audience have a comment on the upcoming budget for fiscal year 2026? Okay, at this point, I think it would be time to exit, or,
There'll be a motion to exit and close the
okay,
public hearing.
okay, all right. Can I get that motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Stevens, may I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilwoman Turnage to close the public hearing. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Number 3, consider request to adopt resolution setting tax levy for fiscal year 2026. Action requested, approve request as submitted, and authorize mayor and city clerk to sign all related documents.
Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Councilman Breland, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Hickman. Discussion.
Okay. See it now, briefly, would you elaborate on that? How is that?
We're requesting the same overall millage rate that we passed last year. And like I said earlier, from year before last to last year, we had actually reduced the millage rate for about $200,000, so we would maintain that reduction. I mean, so we'd just be basically the same 104.15 mills for all of our budget, which also includes the school budget.
And it still keep level funding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Any other discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes.
Number 4, consider a request to set date of September 11th, 2025 at 4 p.m. for a special called meeting to adopt budget for the city of Picayune for the fiscal year 2026. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion? Whoop, sorry, hold on. Gotta get, Ms. Turner, yeah, okay. All right, can you read that again, please, sir?
Number 4, consider request to set a date of September 11th, 2025 at 4 p.m. for a special called meeting to adopt budget for the city of Picayune for fiscal year 2026. Action requested, approve request as submitted.
Okay, may I have a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Councilman Hickman. Do I have a second?
A second.
Second by Councilwoman Bumpers. Discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Motion passes. Okay. Miscellaneous council members' business. I'll start with Councilman Hickman.
I'm good.
You know, a lot of people been calling about their sewage, you know, what's going on?
About what? I'm
Their
sorry.
sewage.
Sewage?
Uh-huh,
The water
See, it
bills,
went up.
their water bills, yeah.
uh-huh. One guy said he went from $40 to $80.
I had some too. I had some complaints too.
Is it sewage or water, or is it?
You say it's
I
sewage.
thought it was the water.
Up on anything, that it would be based on their usage.
I'll call their director tomorrow and ask about what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
people been calling.
Well, that's a
Is
good
it,
point
is
to
it
bring
sewage
up.
or is it water?
He said
Devin, do
it
you
was the
possibly
sewage.
know
Is
anything
sewage?
about rate increases or anything?
I don't think so.
So, any city, any person lives in the city limit and has city water, it's in conjunction with, their sewer usage is in conjunction with their water usage. So if they, say they spend $1 for water, they got $1 for sewer, because that's how there was a rate increase across the board for, utility company, for Picayune Utility Authority, but it's still in conjunction with the water usage. And so with a drastic increase from doubling from 40 to 80, that seems a bit out of line. There may be some type of leak in the water line or something, service line or something of that nature. But if you can get me the address, and Ms. Turner, you as well, if you can get an address too, we can look into it for you and contact utility authority on that matter.
Yeah, it's the water, the water bill, yeah. Okay.
There has not been a rate increase in probably almost a year. I think it's been almost a year. Yes, it's the last actual rate increase, so anything that's occurring is gonna have to be based on that individual's usage. I'm not
Okay.
trying to say that, we'll have to look into that.
Okay.
Is this water only?
It just says,
Like he said, the sewer's gonna go up based on how much water usage, so if you have a water leak, it's gonna drive your sewer up. And I think it's more than $1, for every $1 of water, it's a lot more than $1 for sewer.
But what I'm asking is, I haven't seen any increase, amount increase, dollar increase for water or sewage. I mean, did I miss something?
No, we haven't done one in probably a year. We didn't go up, the utility authority went up on the sewer rate about a year ago, and we passed that on because we collect that for them. But, and we had to approve it, but we haven't, like I said, it's gonna be based on an individual house usage, so the rate's still the same, but for some reason, they're using or showing that that individual residence is using more water, which is gonna drive up their water and their sewer bill.
Now, that has been a problem with some of the residents in precinct 4 also.
Sure, and just we'll be glad to check into each one of them sometime.
But one of the things what they were saying was like, I think it's read, or some of them is read now by computer. Devin, is that right, where they have to,
That's AMR, automated meter reading.
yeah, and see, sometimes, if something is it's not working properly or whatever, I'm not just saying it. But, you know, like with that, for that many people to complain about that, it has.
I'm glad to check into it.
Yeah.
I need if you can, if you can get the individuals that willing to come and do it for Jesse, because we handle the billing and the meter reading, so I'll be glad to check into that if you have me on legal.
Okay, he just sent it to me.
All right, I'm gonna move on, citizen, not citizen,
Yeah,
or
we do.
council, miscellaneous council member.
Yeah, we got that. Was it
But, to you,
my turn?
yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to say thank you, Sid, for, the work that you did on the audit, getting everything for them and your employees and, the hard work and dedication to that audit. Appreciate it.
Councilman Breland.
I'm gonna go after Anna.
I don't have any.
I'm good.
Okay,
I
so
said, yeah.
neither one of you have it. Okay, all right. Under citizen concerns, I have one, David Hughes. David, if you'll come on up to the podium and you've got 3 minutes.
I don't think I can do this in 3 minutes.
Do your best.
All right. Okay, my concern is the same matter at hand about the water situations. I know that your property for the meters, and this property been closed for the last year. But in June and July, this property received a bill for $384. It's an empty building. The sewage $147 a month. This is an empty building. So, I asked, the city of Picayune, we wrote the city of Picayune in the office and we required it, and they has remained silent on this issue. So now, I've been, chatting with, a couple of people in the state auditor's office, and they said before I can bring a complaint to them concerning this matter, I have to let the local know about it. So since the city of Picayune is being silent on this matter, I'm bringing it before the council to find out why an empty building has been empty for a year, going on 2 years, and it's still getting a bill like that on water and sewage. That there is no leaks in this building. I've inspected this building myself. This is a empty building. So again, why is this building in July got a sewage bill for $384? Then, and as you see, in July, they got one for $184, and on the bill for July, they said there was no water, but they still charged them $88. So I asked the city of Picayune, but they remain silent on that.
I'm gonna ask the city manager and the city clerk to investigate that matter, and if you'll give them your information, somebody will be contacting you shortly,
Okay,
in the next few days.
okay.
Yes, the first I've heard of it. I don't know about, Sid, have you heard anything about this particular issue?
It's 103 Tate Street. And, the meter, okay, and also the meter that's for that property is right side the door. So I took a picture of the meter and I brought it to the city of Picayune and I asked them, I said, where is this meter located at? They went in the system, they said, this meter ain't even in the system. Okay? But they told me the name of it, so I tracked down the meter that they was reading. The meter they were reading is about 30 feet away from the building. The meter they are reading is located on two sisters' property. So how's the meter, the building is here, and the meter is about 30 feet away from the building. Now, all the other meters on this building is behind the building, so why are they reading a meter 30 feet away from the building and charging for it when the meter right next to the door is not even in the system?
If you would, we'll investigate. If you would give the city clerk a cell number or phone number that's, so that we can investigate, and we will do that tomorrow and get back with you.
I'll give my business card in case they need some work done.
There you go. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, need a motion to recess, I believe, to the 9th, which is next Thursday,
11th,
to approve the budget, or
it is.
11th? Okay,
Told you wrong.
okay, 11th. Can I get a motion to that effect?
What time, are you gonna reiterate the time?
Is it 4 or?
4?
4 p.m.
Still at 4?
11th.
11,
Sorry.
okay.
Harvey trying to get me in trouble here. Okay, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Councilwoman Turner made the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Councilman Hickman, we appreciate the second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank everyone for coming out tonight.